Acrylic Nail Tale, Episode 1. Deep in the forest bears a magical place. Amongst the misty mountains a wicked witch awaits. Mixing potions and casting spells, there's no telling where she'll dwell. This wicked witch you see, she isn't like you and me. She scours the forest floor as the autumn leaves fall. Looking for poisonous mushrooms, she gathers them all. Don't look her in the eyes or your soul she'll feast. This sneaky little witch of the east, picking mushrooms one by one. Come on little witch, let's have some fun. Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are doing an acrylic nail tail. So this is going to be a brand new series on my channel where I transform my nails into objects and things and just beautiful items that are going to be sculpted completely out of nail products. So this is the first episode. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off by using some foil, and I've just molded them into the shape of mushrooms, and I'm doing that 4 times over for the 4 nails that we are creating. And then on some backing paper of the nail forms, I'm just laying this product and securing it with acrylic, just so I can go ahead and work and not have to kind of fiddle around with it. So now I'm coming in with acrylic, and I'm just using a natural white colour, and this is going to allow me to fill in all the gaps and mould the shape with the acrylic powder. It's just to give me the base shape, just so we can get that kind of mushroom shape going on before we apply any colour or pigments to add any details. Once I've finished making the bulk or the head of the mushroom, I'm going to come in with a few more beads of acrylic around the brim, and as you can see I'm just sculpting like a little ledge, and this is just going to add more depth and detail to my little mushroom hat. I can't wait to share this process. Honestly, I had so much fun creating this nail set, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy watching. If you are currently enjoying this video, then please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. So I'm going to come in now that I've finished sculpting the little mushroom head, and we are using red velvet acrylic powder, and I'm just picking up a bead, but instead of kind of patting it around like you normally would, you're going to paint it on literally as if it was paint. We're just using a light wash with plenty of monomer on the brush, and we're just going to fill in the whole area because I wanted to create these, you know, fairy tale like red mushrooms out of acrylic. I just had this idea pop into my head, and I was like, you know what, we're going for it. We're going to create a brand new series on my channel, acrylic nail tails, and yeah, I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are enjoying the first episode. So we're just continuing with that red acrylic powder washed out with acrylic monomer, painting that over the top of our design that we already created. And then I'm going to come in with some black acrylic, and we're going to apply that to the underside, and that's going to create the shading and like the underneath part of the mushroom. As you can see there, it just adds that depth. Next, I'm coming in and I'm using the black acrylic powder. Now I'm only picking up a small bead, and I'm making sure my brush is quite wet with the monomer. That way I can use the acrylic powder also like a paint and just add some shadows and depth to my little mushroom head. And how cute is it looking? Honestly, this just brings the whole thing to life and really makes it pop and stand out. So I'm just going to carry on shading and adding some depth, and then once I've done that, it's time to add the little mushroom dots. So I'm using a soft white acrylic powder, and I'm just picking up a like medium bead of acrylic, not too wet because we want it to hold its form in the dot shape. I'm just popping them onto my little mushroom in random areas and then patting them out to make them flat. Once I finish with the 4 larger dots, I'm coming in with my small 3D brush, and we're going to add some smaller dots in between just to create that like mushroom speckled pattern. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just randomly going for it and just having fun, basically creating my little mushroom head, and I think it turned out so cute. So I went ahead and did that a few more times, and of course I made the shapes all different. I do think that one looks like a little nose, like honestly like a little mushroom nose. If you saw it, let me know. If you didn't, go back a little bit and just have a look. You'll know what I'm saying, because honestly I was like, what? Okay, so now it's time to come in and sculpt the stalks or the stems of the mushroom, and after looking at a brief photograph, I noticed that they have these kind of, well, earthy toned neutral vibes. They are quite long, not very symmetrical, and then they also have like these frills like tufty bits on them. So I was excited to do these. Honestly, I think this is what really set off the whole mushroom vibes. It wasn't even the red top, do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so to do that, what I'm doing is placing on a nail form, but I decided once I'd got the form on, I actually wanted a little bit more length, so I'm doubling up and we're going to add an extra form over the top to create extra length. Since this mushroom head that's going on this nail was quite large, I didn't want to do such a short stumpy stump for it, so we added extra length. So now I'm coming in and I'm using a mixture of Nude Attitude, Soft White and Mahogany acrylic powders, and this is going to give me a really nice like neutral base, and I'm just alternating between those powders to sculpt out a long nail, which is going to be the base for the mushrooms. I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying the video so far. I had so much fun creating this set for you guys and coming up with a little story and fairy tale at the beginning. Let me know what you guys think of our brand new series that I've brought to the channel. Yeah, I've got so many fun ideas to play with and I cannot wait to share them with you guys. So since we are just creating a mushroom stalk and these nails aren't actually for wearing, we're just going to go ahead and focus more on creating the design. I'm not actually, creating any structure or strength to the nail. I'm simply just building for artistic reasons. So now I finish applying like the neutral base. I'm coming in with that mahogany brown acrylic and I'm adding that to the sides of the nails to add some depth and shadowing. So I'm applying it to one side. Again, I'm using it nice and wet so I can paint it on like a wash of acrylic. And then I'm going to come and add it down the other side, and that's just going to give a nice kind of 3D vibe, a little bit of texture going on, and just create a more earthy, mushroomy stalk. And it's looking good. I'm happy with how it's looking so far, and I do love how these turned out. So now I've finished sculpting the length of the nail and I'm happy with that. It's time to come in and add the details to our stalk. So like I said, they had this kind of frilly bit on the mushrooms, which I just thought was so cute, and I had to have those on these nails to give it that realistic kind of fairy tale look. So I'm coming in with a mix of the same powders. As you can see, I'm just dipping in and out of all of them, and it's going to create this really like multi-tonal bead, which kind of has an organic feel to it since the colours just blend however they literally want to blend, since I've just picked them up and then placed them on the nail. I'm creating these wavy kind of lines across the nail that are 3D and lifted up, but then once they are setting, or as they are about to set, I'm coming in with my brush and I'm just poking it into them to create this kind of jaggedy edge, and it's going to create that nice like mushroomy frill. And it looks cute and I love how it turned out. I think it looked so freaking bomb. Like, let me know what you think. Like, do you think I did okay on this set? Do you think it looks bomb? Could I have done better? What do you think you would change about it if you were to do it? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to see what you think. But yeah, anyway, I went ahead, did this on all of the other nails as well. I did them all different so they weren't exactly the same, just like I did with the heads of the mushrooms. I wanted it to be like a little patch of mushrooms growing in the forest. I was half tempted to go and lie in the garden to get some video footage, but it was raining. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get absolutely soaking wet, so I didn't do that. But please know that that was on my mind. Just imagine Ninja Nail Fairy led in the garden with a hand sticking up and some mushroom nails, please, and rain trickling down. Alrighty, it's time for the refinements. So I've gone ahead, removed my nail forms from the sculpted nails that we've created, and now I'm coming in with my mini buffing block and just removing the jaggedy edges, since I've removed the mushroom heads from the foil backing form and they had like a bit of mess going on, so we had to tidy that up before we applied them. I didn't want to do it afterwards because then I would risk kind of breaking or snapping the nails, and I didn't want that to happen. So once I've tidied them up, I dusted them off, and I'm just attaching them to the ends of my nails with some of the soft white acrylic. I'm applying a bead of the acrylic, quite a large one, because I want to make sure it really grabs a hold of the mushroom heads. I'm letting it set until it's almost set but still wet, and then I'm pressing firmly that mushroom head onto the top, allowing that to set completely, and ta-da! That is the final look. And that is the first fairy nail tail acrylic set complete. Give this video a thumbs up if you are excited for episode 2. It will be coming next week and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please remember that you are bomb.com, lit as heck, and don't ever let anybody tell you any different, because you've got this and I love you. Mwah. Bye!